Tim, the owner of the house, creator of the haunt, the mastermind behind all that you will experience if you come visit us. Just wanted to do a little short intro video, give you a little bit of background on who we are, what we do, and what we're looking forward to. We started our haunt career back in 2018, about 2 years after we moved into the house we're in now, southwest side of Las Vegas in a gated community. We had about 200 people come through. It was 3 hallways in a room. Everybody loved it, they wanted more. So the next year, we did more. 2019, we had somewhere between 600 and 700 people come through. And we did the scary stories we're telling in the dark theme based on the movie that had just come out. Everybody loved it. Had 2 completely separate rooms, a bunch of different hallways. The entire garage was themed and used, and we used a very small portion of the driveway. Well, 2021, we're stepping up our game. Behind this sign right here, you can see some of these panels. I've now got enough panels to do not only the entire garage, but also the entire driveway. So we're more than doubling the size of our haunt this year. All right, a little about me. I'm Tim. As I said before, I'm the owner. I was born and raised in Chicago. You can see the rest of the garage, which I'm sure you will in videos to come. You'll see Bears stuff everywhere. Huge Bears fan. Yes, I know, you don't have to tell me. Left Chicago when I was 10 and moved to Tucson. Shout out to Gina from Hollywood Haunter, because you know what's up with that. Grew up there, went to high school, did my time in the Army. Yes, I'm a proud veteran. Got out and made my way to Las Vegas because my parents lived here, which they still do, and been here since 2003. It's hot. I don't know if you can hear the air conditioner going on in the background, so I apologize for that. But yeah, it's hot. Looking forward to moving out of Vegas when our daughter goes off to college. Hallelujah. A little background on horror. I grew up watching, the Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Streets, some of my favorite horror sci-fi type movies. Dr. Giggles is one that a lot of people don't know or have forgotten about. Critters, The Howling, movies like that. Little known fact, never seen any of the Halloween movies besides the Rob Zombie remakes, and some of you don't consider those realistic or true to the franchise, so it is what it is. I know, I got some catching up to do. Love all the zombie stuff, love the Romeros, can't go wrong there. And some of the newer stuff that's come out, Last House on the Left, not necessarily newer, but one that I really enjoyed was Wolf Creek. But most of my horror influence comes from all that stuff we grew up on as kids. I remember watching all that stuff on HBO back when they had the white screen intro, the original, in my basement in Chicago. And my brother and I would dance to Thriller, Michael Jackson music video, back when they actually had music videos on MTV. They ain't got that no more. But I love all things horror. If I had any choice to watch a movie, no matter what time of day or night it was, it'd be horror. And I really enjoy scaring people for fun. It brings me pleasure. So,
hey haunt fans, Nicole here. You probably recognize me as your popcorn, candy, and caramel apple cider dealer from the Old Rose Haunt. I cannot wait to be able to do that again for you this year. COVID can suck it, so welcome back to the Old Rose Haunt. Before we do that though, I figured you might want to know a little bit about me, so here goes. First and foremost, I am a child of the late 70s and 80s, so as you may know, that gave birth to the modern day slasher flick and some of the most iconic horror movie villains of all time. So it's kind of what I was raised on, and as you can see behind me, I have a huge collection of horror movies. That's always been my jam. Even from the time I was little, I remember being 7 years old and I had a babysitter and she was playing Nightmare on Elm Street. It actually was on TV. Now I was supposed to be in bed, but of course I wasn't. And I snuck downstairs and snuck around the corner and I was able to watch this scary movie for the first time, and it kind of birthed an obsession for me. It's something I've always enjoyed. Even from the time I was young, I would drag even unwilling friends to every single haunted house that I could find. I remember being really little and got to go to a haunted house with actual actors for the first time rather than the automated, jump scares that popped out. And I do remember kicking an actor in the shins for, scaring my friend, which is probably why I'm not an actor in this haunted house. Now, I'm kind of the Marilyn of this group of monsters. But I go to horror conventions. I kind of go to everything that I can find. I've had an opportunity to meet Danielle Harris, who you probably recognize from the Halloween series, as well as Sid Haig, and that's just become something that I enjoy. Now, Halloween for me has always been a community event, you know, going out and carving pumpkins and seeing your neighbors and seeing all the decorations, getting to see all the kids in their cute little costumes, and, you know, that's always been something that I enjoy. The only problem with that came with our love for our rescue dogs. We have several. We're kind of like Dr. Dolittle in this house. And the problem is, even though I married somebody who is just as obsessed with scary stuff and Halloween as I am, we had to look out for the dogs. And we realized that every single time a kid came to the door, a trick-or-treater, and rang the doorbell, our dogs were going absolutely nuts. And so we had to find a way to address that issue. So my husband said, hey, let's move the party outside, which is exactly what we did. And it kind of birthed the tradition. We went outside, we brought the fire pit, we dressed up our vehicles like zombie apocalypse response vehicles. We made popcorn, we made caramel apple cider, we passed out candy. And it really, for Vegas, became a way to bring people together. You know, we don't really get out in Vegas and meet our neighbors as much. And now we've started to. I've actually met people that live around me and have gotten to know them really well. And so this became something that we really wanted to keep doing, to keep building that sense of community. Well, one day my husband says, you know, we're out here already, you know, why don't we just go all the way and make this a real home haunt? And my response was, build it and they will come. And come they did. Our first haunt was in 2018 for that Halloween, and I was amazed. There were people lined up down the street. We kept running out of stuff. It was crazy. And these kids loved it. And my favorite part became, you know, once again, seeing all the kids in their costumes, but all the squeals and screams of all the kids running out of the haunted house. It was joy, pure joy for me. So I'm really glad that we are able to bring this back to you this year. I look forward to seeing you at the Old Rose Haunt. So happy haunting.
All right, social media stuff. You already know we're on YouTube because you're here. Hopefully you found us through either Facebook or Instagram. That's where we're at also. All those links are connected. So like, subscribe, leave some comments, hit us up. You can DM me if you want. Our DMs are open. Don't slide in there though, okay? I'm a married man. Wanted to say a little something about our Square account that's set up. Our donations and our perks. First year we did the haunt, people are like, hey, what can we do to help? Hey, can we help? You know, are you charging for tickets? I said, no, it's good. The second year, we had more of the same. We actually had people come up and literally push money into my hand saying, thank you so much. There's nothing else like this around here. All of the professional haunted houses here in Vegas, they're 30, 40 bucks a ticket. You're waiting in a 2-hour long line and then you're rushed through. Ours, it's free. Yeah, you might have to wait in line. I think the longest on average is 15 to 20 minutes at most. But then you're going to get to go through, and if you want to go through again because you want to check it out again, have at it, because we're not charging you. So we did set up this year donations because people want to donate, and we appreciate that because, as all my fellow haunters know, doing this stuff, it's not expensive, but it ain't cheap. The earlier you start, the better, so that's why I've been working on this now for over 2 months, all the haunt paraphernalia. Bottom line is, I didn't want to just have people say, hey, give me some money and blah, blah, blah. So we actually set up a bunch of different levels and tiers, which you can look at the link below, in the Linktree account, and it'll take you to the donation side. A lot of really good perks. I'm not going to go through all of them here specifically. I might do another video on that. But the bottom line is, you give us some loot to help fund the haunt. First and foremost, it's going right back in the haunt. I track every purchase and every receipt, and I will literally tell you, if you'd like to know, exactly what your funds went towards, whether that's electrical, AV, lighting, fog, any other kind of special effects, any kind of prop motors, any kind of just basic hardware for panels, any kind of coverage, you know, visqueen, tarps, plastic, that kind of thing. I'd be more than happy to let you know all that. But one of those perks is going to be, if you donate, you're going to get invited to Friends and Family Night, which we are doing the Friday before Halloween this year. And Friends and Family Night is going to go from about 8 to 10, and you're going to get to go through the haunt. It's also going to be our dress rehearsal for the actors, people that are actually working the haunt. And after everybody's gone through, we're going to turn the lights on, and we're going to get you behind the scenes and actually show you how it's all done, how it's set up. So you're going to get to see everything from the inside out. Now, I think that's super cool. I've watched a lot of videos on YouTube and a lot of haunt blogs where they do walkthroughs after the fact. So obviously we're not going to post those prior to Halloween, but after Halloween we'll definitely be doing quite a few of those, and I'm sure some of that footage is going to come from Friends and Family Night. Another thing you get if you donate, once again, all on that Square link, we will put your picture, a framed picture of you in the haunt. This is the Amityville Horror, so you know it's going to be in a house. They got to have pictures on the wall. Why not have your picture? Obviously, I don't want a picture of you in a Vegas Golden Knights jersey because they didn't have that back in the 70s. But send us a headshot or a picture you taken, just normal, you know, no kind of logos or affiliation or anything, and we'll get you in the haunt. There's also options to get the VIP style, go straight to the front of the line when you get here. There's options for GoPro footage. I will follow you through the haunt, and we will then edit and send you that footage, compiled with not only the GoPro footage of what you see, but also the scare cam, so we can see your reaction. We'll cut that all up for you. So I wanted to give back a little to those that are giving back to us. If you'd like to donate, once again, see the links below. If you just want to donate your time, hit me up, come on down to the house. I always need help with stuff. I just spent 12 hours the other day wiring up LED lights individually. And when I say 12 hours, I mean 12 actual hours doing it. It takes some time. But that's what you want to do? Cool. You just want to drop us some ducats, hand them on over. But once again, they all go directly to the haunt. And if for some strange reason, we get a bunch of really generous people and we have extra money, we will be partnering up with, if not one, multiple local animal shelters, because we're proud pet owners, dogs and cats here at the house. And any overs that we have, we will donate to them. So your money will not go to waste, whether it's in the haunt or to a local charity here for animals. Either way, even if you just want to take a look at it and say, I don't got the cash right now, but maybe next year, hey, maybe next year, I'd appreciate it. All right, so you're here. What can you expect in the months to come? Yes, it's July. Seems like Halloween's a long ways away, especially in Vegas where it's like 113 or something out today. However, it's going to be honest before we know it. And I know we'll be setting up a lot of the haunt stuff starting early September, at least on the inside of the garage. We won't set the driveway portion until a little bit mid to late October, but the sooner the better, right? Already been working on props, been working on all kinds of signage and background things. But what are you going to see here? Well, first and foremost, I'm open to your suggestions. So by all means, in the comments down below, or hit me up on any of the socials, let us know what you'd like to see, especially if we're doing a walkthrough or something and something catches your eye and you want to know, hey, how'd they do that? Be more than happy to spread the knowledge and the wealth, so to speak. But I will be doing some tutorials on stuff of my own creations, as well as other things that I've gleaned from fellow haunters on their tutorials and their vlogs and blogs. We're going to be doing a lot of walkthroughs, be doing some time-lapse footage of us setting stuff up and taking it down, whether it's for prep or when it actually comes time for real. Hopefully we're going to get some of my fellow actors slash haunters that are working with us this year to do some of their own things, which I'm sure they'll be talking about in their vids. I don't want to give anything away. But try to put out something at least once a week, if not more. And so I'd be remiss if I didn't include some special shout outs to a lot of my fellow haunters that I started following years ago and have taught me so much just from watching their videos, their vlogs, looking at their tutorials, a lot of their Instagram pics. Found them all in various different methods and ways, but started really getting big into looking on the internet for haunt suggestions and ideas back in early 2017. That's when I found guys like the Bloodshed Brothers, Hollywood Haunter, Monster Tutorials, Stiltbeast Studios. More recently, found Van Oak's Props based off of a video that Hollywood Haunter had done, checking out his house. And so I just wanted to thank all of you for all of the great content you put out. You helped me immensely the past years. Stuff I'm working on now that I can't necessarily say. When you see it, you'll know it definitely came from you. I either drew inspiration or kind of did my own copy knockoff version, but I will give credit where credit is due. Whenever we do any kind of walkthrough or tutorial, if there's something that I learned from one of y'all, I will definitely shout you out and put you in the description and the links and such, because I wouldn't be where I'm at today with my knowledge of all things haunt without all of you guys. So thank you. All right, last but not least, you know the deal, folks. Please like the video, please subscribe to the channel if you can. All that does is help us get views. I took quite a few courses on YouTube online and how to do things, so bear with me. I'm learning, trying to emulate some of my fellow haunters, looking at you Bloodshed Brothers, as far as how to post stuff, when to post stuff. Do my best, but please like and subscribe. Leave us some comments. All that can do is increase traffic. The more traffic we get, the more videos I'll make. The more videos I make, the more you learn. The more you learn, the more we grow. The more we grow, the better the haunt is. Everybody wins, right? So hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you.